Tell it is a must about an unsung hero that moves away a dust. Some people make a fortune, others earn a mint. My old man don't earn much. In fact, he's flipping skint. Oh, my old man's a dustman, he wears the dustman's hat. He wears gold-blimey trousers and he lives in the council flat. He looks a proper nana in his great big hobnail boots. He's got such a job to pull them up, but he calls them daisy roots. Some folks give tips at Christmas and some of them forget. So when he picks their bins up, he spills some on the step. Now one old man got nasty and to the council wrote, next time my old man went round there, he punched him up the throat. Oh, my old man's a dustman, he wears a dustman's hat. He wears gold-blimey trousers and he lives in a council flat. I say, Les.
Yeah?
I found a police dog in my dustbin.
Well, how do you know he's a police dog?
He had a policeman with him. Though my old man's a dustman, he's got an heart of gold. He got married recently, though he's 86 years old. We said, here, hang on, Dad, you're getting past your prime. He said, well, when you get my age, it helps to pass the time. My old man's a dustman, he wears a dustman's hat. He wears gold-blimey trousers and he lives in a council flat. I say. My dustbin's full of lilies.
Well, throw them away then.
I can't, Lily's wearing them. Now one day whilst in a hurry, he missed a lady's bin. He hadn't gone but a few yards when she chased after him. What game do you think you're playing? She cried right from the art. You've missed me, am I too late? Now jump up on the cart. He wears a dustman's hat. He wears gold-blimey trousers and he lives in the council flat. I say.
What's you again?
My dustbin's absolutely full with toadstools.
How do you know it's full?
Because there's not much room inside.
Hello.
Good evening.
How is it?
How you doing?
How are you doing, all? Good. Yeah, we're good.
I'm
Right,
good. Good. How's
We've,
life been treating you?
Yeah, well,
Right.
all right. Considering I spat me dummy out 2 weeks ago and handed me notice in. Now we're both unemployed.
Yeah, I do. I'm just checking. I'm just keeping an eye on the live. I am listening. I'm just making sure that the music don't cut our live.
All right.
Yeah, had a bit of a fast turnaround there, didn't you? To say the least. Issues. I mean, over to you guys because I don't. Or over to you guys because I don't know what I can and can't say.
Oh, no, it was just
We've left on good terms, haven't we?
we've left on good terms. It's just I spat me fucking dummy out. Well, basically we broke down a couple of Tuesdays ago. Wednesday,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
In the services. Truck had to be recovered, so we got recovered to Camphor.
Right.
Fucking place. Nice place. The only trouble is there's no taxis fucking there. But anyway, we broke down so they couldn't fix the fucker because it was terminal. So they put us in an hotel for the night. But being fucking a little place in Lancashire, there's only 4 taxis and they stopped running at 5 o'clock. So we had to walk a mile and a half. So
that reminds me of Wales. That does.
It's on the round corner.
it's only round corner, mile and a half. So we had to carry our bags down to the fucking hotel. Couldn't get a taxi in the morning, so we headed off back to the fucking the town because obviously we had to be out the fucking hotel room by 10 o'clock. So we stayed in the truck stop. Well, that's where the hotel was, in the truck stop up there at Truck Haven. Had our dinner, didn't we? Well, a breakfast, and then we decided we was going to take a walk up. So we went for a walk back to the village. On the way back, we had a few phone calls. We're trying to get you back, and we're trying to sort the truck out. we give him a ring at 11 o'clock. So fucking 11 o'clock came and went. And
He spat his dummy out.
then I spat me dummy out. Still no idea how they're getting us home. So then the next thing was, right, we walked past the pub. Well, we didn't walk past the pub.
Walked into the pub.
Walked into the pub and spent the afternoon there. And
the afternoon, it was nearly the full fucking day.
Yeah, it was nearly the full day, come to think of it. So, hi, Alistair. So
Hi, guys.
the idea was, right, go back to the truck. You can stay there until we're not going to get it recovered back to Scunthorpe. To Scunthorpe until you've been collected. So anyway, we walked back to the fucking truck, and the truck's on the recovery truck, ready to go. Right. Well, it was just getting loaded onto the recovery truck. So, like, the idea was, right, the first idea was they wanted us to get our stuff, get on a fucking train, which is no taxis, so to get to the train station would have been another hike. Yeah. Go back to Hull.
Yeah.
Pick a truck up. So once we got back to Hull, after going on 3 trains, we'd have had to go to the yard, which would have been a taxi, because there's no buses or trains up there. Pick another truck up, run down to back to Lancashire, drop a caravan off, go back, swap the trailers, put our trailer on and go and deliver our caravan, right? And then put our trailer on the other trailer and bring them both back. And that's when my fucking head went boom. So, well, the truck got back to Scunthorpe before. So we got the truck got back before we did. So my fucking head went fucking bang. And I walked in and on me noticing. And then obviously, because Donna needs a partner or a female, they asked how she felt that she was going to go forward. And she just said she didn't figure out was in it. So we left. We didn't have to work our week's
I didn't want to cause any trouble. I'm trying to get, so I just said, I'll go.
So,
Right, okay.
So we didn't take our week's notice. So we've had a week off last week. Well, this week we've had off on pay, and we get our week in hand next week. So it's not a problem, but
no. But I mean, obviously, let's talk not about the company itself, because I'm assuming you are very good friends with your bosses as well. The company itself, you had no faults with, but there was a big sentimental value, wasn't there, to the truck, especially to Donna. I mean, Dave, you're very over the head man, kind of get on with it. It is what it is. But Donna, obviously, and Damien. Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, well, they're keeping the sticker on the back of the truck. They asked if they could keep it on, and they said whoever gets the truck after us will be told to look after it.
Keep it, but they will get told to look after the truck.
But they're going to keep the sticker on the back, because it's obviously.
So Damien could become part of the family.
The truck was a write-off then. No.
Oh no! It's getting done, but it wants 6 new injectors. I think it wants a diesel rail, and there's a problem with the exhaust. Basically, these new systems, right? They have a regeneration system. Well, it won't regen, and the exhaust was full of So the exhaust was full of soot, and if we'd have carried on, it would have just gone fucking bang. So. It's in now. We're getting the injectors done, the diesel rail, and there is a problem with the exhaust. But they couldn't even regen it with the computer, which that is.
I got to a nice Volvo though, didn't I?
Yeah, and Donna went in the recovery truck, and I went in the breakdown van.
Any ideas what's next for you guys?
Well, look for a job. Donna's waiting for a job with wide loads, aren't you? Doing cabins.
Just where I'm going in it, because I like to go face to face instead of trying to ring people. So
Yeah. So Donna went
of
in to
course.
see him on.
I just walk in with a fucking big grin on my face with a big gap going. You got any jobs going?
Yeah.
So
I'm just
we're just waiting for that, and I think I'm going to go to. I'll just go to an agency, me. You know what I
back
mean?
drive
It's
yourself.
Only until his license runs
Yeah.
out. It depends what comes up.
but
Right. Okay. Well, best of luck
it
to
wasn't
you
the best
both.
fucking
Anyway,
idea, like
whatever
just
the
before
future,
Christmas, like. But I don't
no.
think of things like that. I was pissed. Yeah. I just get pissed off, and that's it. I'm pissed off, and I don't think of the consequences or the fucking time. Yeah, I just say fuck it.
Yeah. Well,
but I've had it no end of time. I've had it no end of fucking times, mate. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, you got to do what's best for you, and if you feel that the treatment, not so much a treatment, but if you feel that things wasn't quite right, and moving forward, that your decisions you both made was best for you and company and friendships, then best of luck to you both, and best of luck to those at the Medleys as well.
I mean, the industry is it's quiet. You know what I mean? It's really quiet at the minute. So instead of keeping us on and just paying us, I think we've done them a favor, a little bit of a favor. So you know,
of course.
But you know, I mean, I hated the job anyway. You know what I mean? But
right,
I did it because of Donna.
Yeah.
He wanted to do it. So I think it's time to jump anyway, because I mean, Anson's where we worked before, they had 40, 50 trucks. They're selling, some of them at auction, and they've laid 10 drivers off, and 2, I believe it's 10,
Right.
was it 10? 10 drivers, 2 escort drivers, and two
Right.
second men. And they're a big company. It's owned by Park Dean, which is the holiday company.
Yeah.
So if they can't deliver caravans, and they have holiday parks, and I mean, they have a lot of holiday parks, and if they're struggling,
just sold
it's they've just sold a load of the trucks.
No, parks. They've sold parks.
They've sold. Yeah, they've been selling parks as well. So this is what happened in COVID. You see, when everybody thought there was only going to won't be able to go abroad. Yeah.
I was just going to say that there's right across the UK. I mean, there's parks closing down. Speculation is that they're closing down to
convenient,
obviously. Yeah. To be occupied by illegals. Obviously, I've seen no evidence of that yet, but it would probably be true. You would bet on that, wouldn't you, to happen? Funny enough, we were only talking.
There is campsites doing it.
They've got
yeah.
Pontins have just closed 2 yesterday, haven't they?
I don't know, have they? Well, that won't be a fucking loss, will it? Pontins.
Well, Pontins, we spoke very briefly on it last night. So they've closed 2. One of them, the main one, Dave did say the name, I can't remember. And straight away, speculation was that they were closed to be then occupied by illegals. And very fast, Pontins issued a statement saying, no, they're not going to be. Sorry, I'm not sure it was Pontins. It might have been the Home Office that had released a statement saying, nah, we're not taking them on. So you know what that means, don't you? They're going to take them on.
Yeah. That's it, innit? I mean, Pontins, fucking hell. If they thought living in fucking France in a fucking tent was bad, wait till you go to Pontins. Fucking.
Well, how many millions are they going to spend to make it 5-star suitable for illegals? Because that's what they want. Yeah. And it seems to be what they want, they'd get. Wow, it wasn't long ago they were advertising. What's that? Sorry, let me bring that. Long distance lorry drivers and offering to train. And a few years ago. Yeah, well, the thing is, everything, no matter what trade you're in at the moment, there's a massive decline, isn't there? I mean, there's jobs out there. I'm not saying there ain't jobs, but there's a massive loss in a lot of companies, and especially with hospitality and stuff. It seems to be if there's millions on offer from the Home Office or other third-party companies that work with the Home Office, they know where their bread's buttered. Do you know what I mean? And to any staff, you're just a number to them. It doesn't mean fuck all, does it?
Yeah. I mean,
so
Meagles was good. I mean, they are a good company, but I was just fed up that, you know, when they said jump on a train, and that's when my fucking head popped. But yeah, I mean, everywhere is that nobody's taking drivers on. They've got trucks parked up, and when they've got the work, they're just getting agency in. So she wants to do a wild load still, and I just want a fucking, you know, an easy fucking life.
Yeah, right.
Do what you,
I don't want to be laid under caravans in the fucking rain and taking them off on the docks in the fucking gale force wind. You know what I mean? I'm getting too old for it. I did fucking leave it to the young'uns.
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah,
Dave, how long have you been a truck driver?
36 years.
I mean, and Donna, obviously you've been in the industry a long time, but for you yourself, what is it now? 18 months, is it?
Well, yeah, it won't be far off. It won't be far off 18 months.
It's got to be, yeah. It's got to be getting on
but
that,
she's
hasn't it?
still eager. Yeah, but she's still
Yeah,
eager,
of course.
man. You know
that's what I mean. Yeah.
They've had 36 years out of me. I mean, I've recovered them, I've fixed them, I've drove them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I used to do 150 ton Stego category 3s, and but you know, I've done it, and I basically had a fucking enough of it. I hate them. I hate trucks.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, like I said earlier, all the best to you anyway, whatever your next adventures are, the pair of you, whether that's together or out on your own or whatever it is. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, I think we'll be out on our own. Like I say, it's I won't be out of work long. I just haven't looked. You know, I mean, we started decorating the front, the middle room. Donna's been doing the upstairs and stuff, but that's been a nightmare. I decided, all right, I'm gonna decorate the middle room. Go on, sorry.
Well, that's another thing, isn't it? No, I was just going to say that's another thing. You've got stuff going on in your own lives and at home anyway that you've got to find time for. And in the jobs that you were working away from home five nights a week, it was very difficult. And actually, you could probably say this actually come at the right time for you and company, because it's allowed you to get on and do what you needed to do. Yeah. And obviously it saved the company paying 2 full-timers, knowing they've got to spend X amount of money on a truck. So I suppose if it was going to happen, it's happened at the right time for once, rather than bad news and, you know, a bit of a shock to you both, if you like.
But we're all right, because we, like you said, it didn't. It's down there. So yeah, it's well, we was doing the bed, the middle room, right? I thought I'll go down there. Started taking the wallpaper off, stripped all the wallpaper down. And I thought, right, I'll have a look at the paintwork. Well, I looked at the architrave around the doors, right, and I thought, well, how the fuck am I supposed to do out with them? They want touching the wall, and the door's not fitting right. Somebody's had to wear some of the door framing, the fucking, you know, previously. Then I thought, I started stripping down the rest of it, and somebody's used. I've never noticed this. I've been here 8 years.
Simple half-day repairs took him 2 days to get 2 doors.
Oh, really?
But, somebody's, the windowsill. Well, somebody decided that they want a good idea to go and put a piece of fucking windowsill on. No, did you put a piece of fucking skating board on?
That bit of skating board then that was missing out of the living room. You know, when we first
just put a bit of skating board on.
Just.
And because when I took it off, right, because they couldn't actually, there was no plaster underneath the windowsill. So what they've done is fucking no-nails it to the fucking window.
I would say, did they get the silicone gun out and just...
No nails. Fuck me.
Oh, right.
I had to chisel the fucker off, mate. I had to chisel it off. Fucking big hammer and a chisel.
Well, at least you know it works.
Chisel, a fucking great bolster chisel.
It's not bad stuff, mind.
So
is
now
it?
we've got all new Architrav, bro. Hey,
Not
I just
bad
said,
stuff,
fuck
mind.
it, I'm off to the fucking wood shop. I went to the wood shop, I bought a load of Architrav and a new windowsill. That's all on. And the kitchen door, mate, it just fits where it touches. I put the new Architrav on, it was like a fucking, to get it to go with the door frame, it'd be like a banana. So I've had to square that up and I've had to, oh, mate, it's been a nightmare. It took me 2 days. 2 days to fit fucking 2 sets of Architrav, but there was a big gap in the door, right? Because they hadn't used the door frame, right? Like normal people. They've just used 2 different fucking size bits of wood.
Oh, and just stuck it to the wood.
Thick.
Right.
So
yeah.
So where the recess is for the door, right, there's a fucking big gap. I turned the light off and I could see the fucking the kitchen light all the way around the door. So I've had to
enough to keep you busy then, Dave.
Yeah, mate. I need but we've ordered Donna's ordered a mural for one wall. It's all Iron Man and Marvels, because that's going to be like a tribute to Damien. So we've got loads of Iron Man stuff to go in there.
Nice.
Yeah, loads of Marvel stuff. But she's down there in the carrier.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh.
Just making sure I've got what I need. I sat back down and then...
Just quickly, I'm just going to run through quickly to see who we got in. And say good evening. So if they're still with us, just so they know we're not ignoring them. Good evening, Louise Perry and Jay. If Jay's with you, that is. I'm assuming it's a pair of you. Good evening to you both. John Thistlewaite, we've got in. Good evening, John. Alistair, good evening. Annette, Charlotte, Mary Ellen, good evening. And Brian Parsonage, and a few on YouTube. We've got 10 in at the moment. So like and share, guys.
Yeah.
We have been on live, have we, for 2 weeks? Well, it's not 2 weeks, but it's 2 weekends. So we've got a bit of catching up to do. So we're going to go through a bit of old stuff. Hear what you guys have got to say about it. I know you've met Tommy Robinson. He's going to be one of the subjects tonight. You've done a bit of security work for him and other things, attended a few demos. And obviously, as we know, was it 9 days ago he was attacked by the police, wasn't he? So was it 9 or was it even 7? Was it last weekend? I think last Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
last Sunday,
yeah. So and a few other things we're gonna have a chat about with tonight. But let's crack on. I'm going to go straight to Tommy Robinson and have a chat about that. Right. I'm going to play this and we'll have a discussion afterwards.
Tommy, how you doing?
I'm all right, man.
Good.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely fucking insane.
You've had a rough 24 hours, eh?
Not just insane. You know, this is what it's about, yeah? Which is nothing about yesterday.
I think, should we just pop out into the entrance, because they might get funny with us filming in here. First of all, though, how are you feeling?
I'm all right. It's my birthday, isn't it? And I was
happy birthday!
I was meant to take the kids out yesterday, but I've literally just messaged them saying I'm on my way. We're going out. They all took the kids out of school, so...
Yeah. How's your eyes? Because they pepper sprayed you at point blank range.
What's that about? I heard you found a video, no?
Yeah, we got the video.
What's that about?
So it seemed like they ripped your head up and did it at point blank range.
Yeah, I know. He held it from here. It was burning so much, man. But for what? There was already 30 of you.
Yeah.
Well, there's literally 30 of you. What have I done? And I said that I'm just here to do my job, yeah? You can see, what did they say? They said that I was going to cause alarm and distress. You can see the reception I received.
Absolutely.
Everyone was pleasant, everyone was happy. The fact that they said the organiser of the demonstration, again, it's the unnamed organiser that they used in The Guardian to spread more lies, yeah? It's the establishment, because members of the establishment were there who don't want me there. And then, say I organise a demonstration, what am I allowed to say? Well, I don't want the BBC to turn up. I don't want The Guardian there. No, because we have a free press. But then look, so everything you've seen over the last 3-4 weeks, you've seen people climbing on monuments, they're not banned from London. You've seen Mohammed Hijab and that, you've seen all these extremists, you've seen Hizb ut-Tahrir demanding jihad and calling for Muslim armies. None of them are banned, yeah? I am not allowed into London, okay? I'm now banned from London till the end of January, where I go to court, where I've been prosecuted.
Have you been charged?
I've been charged and prosecuted.
You've been charged with section...
They were remanding me. Do you know those 2 custody officers, the sergeants? He just said, "I'm probably in trouble here, Tommy." Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've refused their agreement to remand you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, and I've refused it based on what it is. And that's the custody sergeant who said, "I'm probably going to be in trouble." The 2 of them just stood up and said, "We're probably going to be in trouble." Yeah.
Yeah. From the highs up.
Yeah, from the highs up, because they were remanding you. They're
Yeah.
remanding you, but they've gone against them. To be
Yeah.
honest, every police officer in here was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
From the minute I got in here, but they have gone against them because am I even getting charged?
How can they justify ripping you off the street with such brutal enthusiasm, pepper spraying you in the face, carting you off for 24 hours, putting you straight
And
in
then
prison?
charging me.
Yeah, charging you, putting you straight in prison.
That's what they're attempting to do. That's what they wanted to do. I'll be in jail now.
Yeah.
If those 2 men didn't go against it and actually rule on their job, rule on principle,
Yeah.
I'd be in prison.
Yeah.
And not just that, but when you see my bail conditions are not to organise or partake or participate in any demonstrations.
Oh, typical. Yeah.
I talk about being back on the street. That's what this is about. We've seen this for 15 years.
Yeah.
This is about using. Sorry, sir. This is about using. They use the law and they use the system to prohibit and limit your freedoms. They took my freedoms yesterday. Didn't just take them. They literally violently took them.
You've basically been in custody for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So I can tell you now, you have been. What's happened to you has been wall-to-wall publicity. I mean, everywhere. You've had Talk TV, you've had GB News singing your praises, saying it's unfair, it's outrageous what's happened to you.
I thought they'd twist it. I haven't seen anything, so I thought it would be portrayed to everyone that I turned up somewhere I wasn't welcome and I was a danger or something.
You was trending from the first moment. You're still trending.
Yeah.
Everyone across the whole spectrum, even across the Trump movement in America, has come out in support of you.
Okay.
You've literally united a nation.
And the best thing, I think I put out a tweet 3 weeks ago saying, Mark Rowley, shall I prove Mark Rowley it's a 2-tier system? I think we just did.
Yeah.
But for the world to see. So what did you do on your 41st birthday? I exposed the Metropolitan Police's 2-tier policing system.
The thing is, if you was a Hamas supporter, and you called for jihad and you climbed over the cenotaph, do you think you'd have been arrested?
The thing is, you know, like when we're watching it all, I know how they bend laws against us all the time. And I've had it for 15 years. So I know how they prevent a breach of the peace. They nick you for anything to prevent a breach of the peace. They're letting them just desecrate our memorials. And then they're not just letting them, they're giving them a pat on the back, and then they're putting out statements as to why they're allowed to do it. And they're putting out statements defending calls for jihad. And yet when a journalist turn up, nicely welcomed, to do a video report, I'm now going to court, right? When I go to court, mark my words, there will be no jury. I'll be tried again by a judge on the 22nd of January. And the 22nd of January will get put off for another 6 months, so they can continue with these bail conditions, prohibiting my political activism and my freedom as a journalist.
Yeah, they'll kick into long grass.
They kick into long grass for 6 months. They will want me tied up for 6 months. What I probably will do, hopefully, is take this straight to court and challenge these bail conditions that limit my freedom as a journalist. Because I'm a journalist. They may not like it. The BBC may not like it. I'm a better journalist than every single one of them. And I'm more watched than any of them. Yeah? And my journalism is trusted, which is why, Elon Musk, if you hadn't given me back my platform, then the world wouldn't be able to have seen that I was innocent. The world wouldn't be able to have seen the importance of citizen journalism. When you have the state decide who is a journalist, we're in communism. Yeah? When they start only allowing certain people to make reports, no, that's not what Great Britain is. We have freedom of the press, we have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and they've just took all 3 of them things off of me.
So is there anything you want to say quickly to all the universal support across the Western world for what happened to you?
No, just thank you. Thank you to anyone who has supported. I know, you know, when I sit in places like that, because I didn't think I was getting out, I thought I'm gone for Christmas again. But I know that the support is there, so I know that I sit there sort of comfortable in the sense that my family are going to be all right, and my family will be looked after. So in that sense, that gives me a position to continue doing this and continue battling it. Because if I didn't have that support, I'd have been beaten so many times. But I sort of, every time I get knocked down, something comes across and says, "Go on, get back up." Elon Musk done that. Go on, up you get. Off you go.
Well, Tommy,
you're supporting us. So
it's your birthday, Tommy. Let's get you home to your children, yeah?
Yeah, thanks. And to whoever's this is, because some lady was threw this at me, yeah? I've got your Burberry scarf. I don't know who it is, but you're one of the people around me when I was getting arrested. I've got it.
Good stuff.
So
He's fucked. Tommy's fucked up. he's done enough. I mean, Tommy should now just say, right, I've done what I've done. He's brought a lot of attention to what's going on. He brought the grooming gangs to the attention, and the EDL brought the grooming gangs to the attention of the authorities, and they didn't like it because most of the authorities was fucking part of it. I mean, they're after taking him to fucking court again for libel, aren't they? For breaking an
he's going to do
order.
Yeah, so he's going to do 2 years anyway. He knows that they're gonna send him down after Christmas, I believe that is. And I think that's all to do with a journalist that's never crossed his path. And accusations have been made and all sorts. So there's that. And when we covered this on Loquacious Live, I think it was a week Friday. So it was just after it happened. I said to Swifty, I said, is it now time that he stands back and goes, do you know what? I'm at an age, I've got my kids and all this. It's having a big toll on my family life. And I didn't realize that he had split from his lady. And Dave Swifty made a good point. He's standing by his principles, isn't he? And depending on how strong you want to stand by your principles, obviously determines on how much and how far you're going to go. And I don't think there's no stopping him. No matter how many times you send him to prison or arrest him or the police attack him or he gets abused by the lefties, if you like, he's going to keep going. Because no matter what he does, I don't know if you would agree with this, whether he stands down or he continues, he's going to always have the shit now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's that guy, right? I know he's a bit of a grifter now, and whatever you think of Tommy, he does what he does because of his principles. He told people 15 years ago this with the immigrants and the rapes and the child abuse, right? He fucking told them. He fucking told them 15 years ago, this is what you're going to get, right? I mean, the Jewish community love Tommy because. Do you know Avi
Yemeni?
Yeah.
Right.
Rebel News.
He's mates with Tommy. He used to come over here. Yeah, he used to come over here all the time. We've met Avi. Real nice guy. I mean, he is not anti-Semitic, right? But how was they going to remand him? It was only a Section 35 dispersal order. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's not remandable.
As videos show, I don't know if you've seen the videos of yourself of the actual police officer pulling his head back and pepper spraying him. It is on our Facebook page. This is not the first time they've done this is probably one of the worst cases. But he was only having a breakfast, wasn't he, and attending the march. And he clearly stated to the police that he was there to do his journalism. He wasn't there with a crowd. He didn't bring loads of people with him. He wanted to ask questions at the march and be done with it. He was going to go home. That was all before it even kicked off. The police had determined, they'd already made their mind up that they were nicking him. They were going to nick him and get him away from that. PC 5884 wank spangle. But he's also put all the information up on his social media and his Twitter account because he's now obviously back on Twitter or X as it's now known. So if anyone wants to lodge a complaint against the PC, the link is actually on Loquacious Live Facebook page with all the police officers' details and stuff. Not that it will do much, but it's free and it takes 2 minutes and it's probably worth sticking a complaint in. I'm not sure. I think that's probably the last we'll see of Tommy now for a couple of years.
I don't know. I think they've shot themselves in the foot big time here because if you look at the rules and regulations about using pepper spray, the fact is, right, he was handcuffed. He was within a meter of the copper who sprayed him. They actually lifted his head up. Right, so I think there's an assault charge there. I think that I don't know. I think if Tommy goes to jail, right, and he goes to the wrong jail, right, there's a good fucking possibility, right, that the fucking ragheads are going to fucking have him. You know what I mean? But Tommy's Tommy,
Well,
and fucking do it. He'll do it his own way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In the sense of, in that interview, he said that he knows that he's got the support. He knows that his family are going to be safe. That's all right. But from previous sentences that Tommy has had and served in prison, he has come up against, and he's spoken out against it, hasn't he? Where gangs have tried to have him in prison, and that he's been told by prison officers that they're going for his wife at the time. I think you're probably right. He'll have a tough time in there. Of course, they'll send him to one of the worst, I would imagine. But let's not forget, when he does go down, it won't be for this arrest. It will be for a previously. They'll just try and stick this to it to get a longer sentence, I would imagine. And at the end of the day, we all know what it's about. It's just about to silence him, isn't it?
Yeah, but when he was at court and they says don't release that fucking video, he never actually released it, did he? It was
no,
I can't remember the name. It was a guy in America that released it, went all over the place. Now Tommy's getting fucking done for it.
Yeah.
He didn't actually release it, so he hasn't broke the court order. So, I mean, the guy, right? Was that not it?
Well, he fucking escaped again today. Did it what?
Oh. It's all right. We're
they
expecting
put him on a wing with certain swingers last time he went in. But this is what they do: is if they're not trying to intimidate him, or bully him, or and just generally put him down, they're mixing him with the people that he knows isn't going to go well. I mean, obviously, no one goes into prison expecting it to be smooth. But when you've got when you're Tommy Robinson, it's not easy, is it?
No. And fair play to the guy. I mean, I won't slag him off. I mean, we did security for him when he was going for an MEP in Blackpool, because Reverend Simon Sideways rung us up and he went, "Look, he's here," and right, and there's I think we need some more security. So we went down there. I'll tell you what, that guy can walk. For a little guy, he can fucking walk. See, from fucking Blackpool, I've never, right? I said to Tommy, if you get elected, mate, I want a new pair of trainers out of you. That's the least you can fucking do. You know what I mean? But, mate, it was, now you're here.
So I've been
just
told.
Come back up and down.
Sorry?
It's all right. Go on, Matt. It's all right. I was just chatting shit.
So I've been told it's going to be a day out at the Old Bailey anyway. So I would imagine the crowds that will attract the crowds. And by all accounts, although I haven't been there, it's quite a good day out, if you like, in support.
Yeah.
So,
if you can afford the ULEZ charge and the fucking congestion. Or you like me, and it don't really matter because the van's not registered in my name. So I don't know who they're going to send the van to, but
Did you see
them days out at court are good with Tommy? I mean, you meet your old mates and you have a laugh, and I mean, when we all went down to Old Bailey last time, it was even. There went a couple of hundred people. There was thousands of people. You couldn't move outside the Old Bailey.
Let's just go back to the arrest of Tommy this time, right? I'm assuming you've seen obviously the state of his face afterwards in the back of he'd done a video from the back of the van. Some people are saying, how did he have his phone in the back of the van to do that video and he was handcuffed? It was all fixed. This is part of the agenda. I've even seen posts saying that Tommy's switching and going over to the other side, which is quite comical, really. But when you've been arrested, when you've been handcuffed, and you're surrounded by 30 plus police officers, what possible excuse can the police now give to say there was reason to use that? Because I can't think of any.
There isn't any, is there?
Mate, because it's Tommy.
No.
Tommy, and Tommy's always going to have this shit, right? They'll what they did with Katie Hopkins, They made a law
You
up
will.
for Katie Hopkins, right? And that's what
Mhm.
they'll do for Tommy. I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah.
like Brian's just said there, go against his human rights. Nobody's got any human rights, so just do whatever the fucking want to do.
Well, some have got human rights, I would say, and it's not us.
Yeah, yeah. But
And those that shouldn't have human rights in this country and lose all their rights, you know, haven't, and unfortunately we have.
yeah, it's like it's like all these idiots that are going around now, the Free Palestine and fucking all that shit, right? They can do whatever they want, yeah. And the police say, "Oh no, we can't do anything. Can't do anything about it."
Oh.
But there is a law that they can use, and it's the 2000 is it the 2000 or 2002 Monuments Act? Yeah. Well,
Yes,
you climb
we
on a
spoke-
monument.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah, go on. We spoke about that last time, didn't we? I'm just looking
Yeah.
for a video.
yeah,
I'm gonna.
But did you
I'm-
see the video as well where there was the leader of the National Front there?
No, I don't think I. No,
Right?
can't say I
And
have.
the police actually, somebody was kicking off that he was there, and they were saying, "Well, he's the leader of the National Front. We don't want him here." Right?
Yeah.
And the police actually turned round and said, right? They actually said, "Well, he's got the right to be here if you like him or not." But fucking Tommy Ham, hang on, he is a proper fucking racist. You know what I mean? But he's allowed to be there, but Tommy ain't.
Well, let me just see if
I don't
I
think
can,
Tommy's ever going to switch sides.
I mean, obviously, chatting away a minute. I'm just going to try and get a video. I'm just looking for a video where I have got it, but my laptop's being really slow. So we'll come back to it. I'll give it a couple of minutes to catch up. I've just seen that too, Matt. What was that? He has switched sides. I don't believe that for 1 minute was all just to. For sure, to people to it. Yeah, of course. That's what I mean. People will say what they want. Like I said, I've seen that he's switched over. He's now on the other side of the fence, and this was all part of the plan. The plan. None of us know what the plan is. It is crazy. Mind, there are some crazy people out there that say some. I don't even know what the word is to use. I mean, it's
you
humorous,
believe
that's for sure.
Tommy's switching sides, I've got a bridge to tell you. You know what I mean? Tommy's never ever going to swap sides. Never.
Not going to happen.
Well, it goes against all his principles, doesn't it? And that's where we started, obviously. I'm just trying to see if I can get this video because I think it'd be a good one to play. Let's have a look. Just bear with me 2 secs, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Send in now. Yeah, so we'll come back to that. We're going to cut. Well, we'll come back to that, and we'll jump on to the next one because I just realised we've been chatting Tommy for a little while now. So the next thing I was going to talk, which is current in the news, COP28. Say that again. Sorry.
I think he deserves it though for all he's done and all the shit he gets.
Definitely. I'm actually quite pleased that some of the mainstream media has actually stood up for him and didn't go at all out. Obviously, BBC, your ITV, and all your generals. We're going to talk about ITV later because, as you probably know, it's not something I watch. I haven't watched any of it, but I'm a Celebrity in the Jungle is on ITV. Nigel Farage is in there. If anyone thought that Matt Hancock got it well last year with his 270,000, I think it was, £270,000 payoff that he was going to give to charity and give none to. Just to let everyone know, I found out today that Nigel was given 1.5 million to go in the jungle, and the ITV viewing rates on I'm a Celebrity actually peaked at 10.4 million views, the most they've had in I think 20 years. So well done to Nigel. But we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Go on then. Give us the next one.
But
see what we can take the piss out of here.
No, the next one, and right, hang on.
Night on.
Let me just
Night and that.
I don't hear two lots of
Thanks
music
for
from
watching.
here. 28. Me and Dave spoke about it last night briefly. I don't know how much you know about COP28. Obviously over in Dubai, wasn't it? You know, I never check. Signed off.
Yeah.
And now they're talking. They've gone past the billions. They're now talking trillions. Let's have a look at this.
Always a pleasure to see you. I will put it to you, Ben, that we saw the, frankly, I think, nationally humiliating sight today of Rishi Sunak going to Dubai and signing a cheque for £1.6 billion and then being relegated to the back row of a photograph. Rishi, no mates, couldn't even buy some friends in Dubai for £1.6 billion. And how do you think it will go down with people at the moment who are struggling to pay their own utility bills, seeing so much money being given to global schemes abroad in places like Dubai?
Well, you know, if you ask, just going back to the poll that you quoted, Martin, if you ask people simply, would you like to reduce carbon emissions because we believe that carbon emissions are damaging the climate, there can only be one answer. And you kind of indicated that the vast majority of people would say, yeah, absolutely, reduce carbon emissions. But then if you were to tell them that the cost of doing so to achieve net zero by 2050, by the Treasury's own initial estimates, was £1.4 trillion. That's 50-odd billion pounds a year. And that it would be one of the most inflationary economic policies a government could implement, in that you would have to insulate all your homes. 80% of commercial property in the United Kingdom doesn't comply with the net zero targets. You'd have to get rid of your internal combustion engine car and buy a really expensive electric car. You would have to change your perfectly good gas boiler. And by the way, gas was on the verge of being classified as a green fuel just before the pandemic kicked off. You'd have to give up your perfectly good gas boiler and put in an ineffective, noisy heat exchanger. And all of this would be a massive burden on the British taxpayer. And even if you did all of that, actually you'd be making close to no impact on the climate for the globe, because the United Kingdom produces less than 1% of carbon emissions. So the question that people need to be asked, and they need to answer, is, are they prepared to economically emasculate the United Kingdom in order to deliver this ideological result by 2050? I mean, and by the way, if 2050, how do they get to 2050? Maybe it should be 2040. And if 2050 isn't right, perhaps it should be 2060. The whole thing is kind of arbitrary. We've just decided ideologically that this is the direction in which the developed world will go. And the developed world, remember, produces much less carbon emissions than the developing world. And the other thing that I failed to mention, which I will just mention now, is that in order to hit some of these targets, what we're doing is offshoring our carbon footprint. So we're just exporting to China jobs, manufacturing, and other economic parts of the United Kingdom in the false hope that we can somehow tick the net zero boxes. But
so really, all that's done is cost us more money, hasn't it?
Who fucking told them they could give £1.6 billion of our money? We can't get houses. We can't get fucking appointments at doctors because the NHS is fucked. Yeah. Lots of things that are going on in this fucking country, right? And he's just going to give £1.6 billion. So where?
Not his country.
Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, Africa, right? Some of it's to go and put fucking windmills up, right? In Africa. Fucking windmills in Africa. Now, I thought it was red hot in Africa. I didn't realise they had that much fucking wind to turn the bastard things. It's
Cameron is giving Gaza 30 million, apparently. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that will just grow. I mean, look what we've given France for illegal immigration. Look what we've given Ukraine. I mean, that's still going on, really, although we don't hear of Zelensky at the moment because it's all over on the Gaza Strip, if you like. It's all still going on in the background, isn't it?
It's fucking ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Fuck it. He's near enough give away fucking Gibraltar. Have you heard about him giving away Gibraltar?
No, I haven't.
Spanish?
No.
Fucking he's brought them close, put them in that shit. What's that place called? That area? Chiraga or fucking shit. Begins with S anyway. Sounds
no, I
fucking
haven't heard
foreign.
that.
But that opens up the border between Gibraltar and Spain, right? So, oh, mate, you want to check it out after the lab, mate. Just check it out.
I'll have a look. Yeah, I will do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly play this video I uploaded, just to relate a bit to the first Tommy Robinson bit, although it's not Tommy Robinson. But as we were talking left and right, this is what happens to us far-right lunatics.
You step away.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. No, you relax. Well, fucking get on with it. No, there ain't no lead at all. So you're preventing me from doing what I want to do, but you're not preventing them.
Oh, I was one of them.
Fuck off. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, because this is going to cost the police on your own money. What's the children? Get on, do what you want to do.
How old? 80 years of age. 80? Hey, you know, bully boys in uniform. No, they ain't. Hey, bully boys in uniform, that's what they are.
What they are?
He's fucking mental,
What
innit?
did they arrested him for?
What did he get arrested? Yeah, what did he get arrested for?
So it said on the video, I mean, obviously, I haven't done any research. So I'm only taking that video from what I've seen is truth. Just for attending the demo, being alongside the demo, having different opinions on why the Palestinians were allowed to march through Leicester. And obviously, they've just taken him off the streets. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're veteran or not veteran. I mean, the thing I took from that is why, again, although not brutal, why are they using cuffs on an 80-year-old man with 4 of them around him? And why are they putting him in a fucking cage?
Because they couldn't.
It's the only answer, sure. I mean, there's no other answer, is there? I mean,
that poor fucker is a veteran, right? He's probably seen action. I mean, he's obviously seen action in the World War, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
yeah.
Even if it was after the World War, some of the other fucking proxy wars that we've been involved with, right? But he's obviously fucking seen service. He's protected the country, and them fucking wankers who wear militia-type uniforms, who think they're fucking clever, going around breaking everybody's fucking human rights, right? Arrest somebody that's actually defended this fucking country. It's ridiculous, mate. Absolutely diabolical.
What happened, though, to all these voluntary interviews and that they ask you to come in for? I mean, it seems to be that those ones that are being asked voluntary to come in and give their side of the story under caution, yeah, are everyone but white English, if you like.
Yeah.
Mate, it's gone fucking mental. Well, have you seen, right?
Yeah, there you go, Brian.
That interview, did you see that interview with the fucking the Home Office? The leader of the Home Office, the head of the Home Office and his fucking counterpart, right?
No, I don't think
oh, mate. They actually got them to go to a meeting to answer questions about what's happening with the
They're the 2 dickheads that have no numbers, aren't they?
yeah, right. Actually, to see what's happening with the immigration and how many's been sent back and what the plans are.
Right, okay.
Right?
Okay.
They sat there and they had no figures. They were sent to a fucking review, right? To review immigration. They couldn't answer a question. They didn't have no figures. They didn't know nothing. It was hilarious. and one of them was
well, that's what they do, isn't it?
Yeah, and this guy is on 1,000 and was it 1,000? 103,000 a year. Fucking, he couldn't even. He was no. And then the chairman, the chairperson of the fucking thing says, "Have you got any figures for anything?" And I went, "No."
Well, that's exactly the same as Sadiq Khan with the ULEZ expansion. They put the questions to him a couple of weeks ago, didn't they? And actually, he didn't want to give the figures. It's not that he couldn't. He just didn't want to. That's what they do. They ignore the questions and they, go on about other shit that's unnecessary. And so they give him the figures. Over £100 million made already. £100 million made already on the ULEZ expansion. That's just the expansion, let alone what they're making per, across the whole as ULEZ. It's mental. And obviously with my job and being out and about now, do you know one thing I've come to realise is that actually the City of Bath are very much in on this. I like lots of other cities, but I never seen it because one, I was in Wales, and two, I stayed away from the city centre when I was there. But I'm in there a lot now. I mean, we've had a ring of steel put around there. We've lost all the parking spaces for the disabled to stop them going into the centre. That we've got what we call the clear air zone. So if you're not electric, you're paying per a day to go through the city centre. It's absolutely mental. And I've also seen big estates where I used to play as a child, all being made one way or traffic calming put in for the 15-minute cities. I'm actually going to go out to town tomorrow night and do a live and show people, because it's scary to think how close to home it really is.
We was watching a fucking video. Well, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, and it was I can't remember the guy's name, but he used to do that, going to Rudford Ford and watching all the cars go through. He does car stuff, and he was car show, and it was all ULEZ fucking compliant cars. One of them was a custom made Rolls-Royce estate, right, with a fucking Rolls-Royce Merlin Spitfire engine in it, 27 litres, right? This car was 27 litres. And do you know how much, right, he had to pay in ULEZ charges? Nothing. Nothing.
Is that, and why was that?
Because it was made before the ULEZ
ULEZ cut off.
The cut off, if it's 19,
right,
I can't remember.
Yeah.
So if you can have a fucking 27 litre Rolls Royce with a fucking Merlin engine out of a Spitfire.
As long as it's plastic, you're all right.
Right, but because it was made before the ULEZ charge came in, or the ULEZ area,
all the clean air bollocks,
right? So you can have a fucking polluting car, right? 27 fucking litres, chucking no cats on it, right? But as long as you give them £12.50 an hour, it doesn't £12.50 a day.
Well, your car's clean,
matter. It's not going to clean the air up. It just means you're going to get money for people driving around in polluting cars. Fucking idiots.
Obviously, the COP28 Sunak attended, as we all know, spent very very short time on his little podium, didn't he, doing his bit, and basically cost the country 1.6 billion. Prior to that, he flew there 14 hours on a private jet, but you can't drive through London without paying $12.50. What's all that about?
Yeah, but King Charles went on a different plane.
Yes, he did. You're right. Yeah. Well, they all probably arrived in their private jets from across the world. Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand why people are not seeing this. I mean, this is not conspiracy, is it? This is facts. It's there for everyone to see.
Yeah, they think we're fucking idiots. They actually think we're idiots. But it's like Toyota. I mean, now Toyota's just turned around. They've got a new CEO, and he's just turned around and said, "Fuck it, we're not making fucking electric cars anymore. Nobody wants them. Ford's done it. Nobody wants these electric cars because we can't charge the bastards."
Apparently, we're getting electric trucks in January. That's going to be interesting because yesterday when we tipped 38 ton. Well, how the hell is a battery pulling that? I mean, it barely gets up a hill, on a diesel engine. Fucking hell, it's going to go out there in a battery. And trust me, I ain't going to be sat under the battery or on top of the battery, shall I say? Just not happening.
Did you see the one in Australia? The cement mixer company, the cement company, right? Have got all new electric trucks, but this one is class, right? It's got batteries that you can change. So when they run out, you just take a battery pack out and you put it in. It's loaded with fucking a PLG fucking forklift, and then it's set. Oh yeah. It's set on fire in the middle of a fucking big city in Australia, right? Took them 13 hours to put it out. And it's a cement mixer. Have you seen how much fucking unenvironmentally friendly making cement is? Have you seen how much unenvironmentally friendly it is?
Well, I tell you what, if nobody in the chat doesn't know that and they want to know, head over to Egghead Chris on TikTok, because he's recently done a TikTok of talking about that. He works within that industry, doesn't he? And explains it very well, and it's crazy. And a lot of these people, lefties, if you want, whatever you want to call them, that are against, they're all for the electrics, but against all the diesel engines and whatever else. Go and watch Egghead Chris, because he puts it right. What did you say then, Don? Sorry,
I can't remember. What did I say?
I don't know.
It was a spare of the moment thing, so I don't seem to keep track of everything.
It's gone. It's in the past. It's gone. Can't be unheard unless you didn't fucking hear it. But
so
it's fucking ridiculous.
Surprise says Charles shouldn't have gone as it's a government as it's government money being spent, and he should be impartial.
He shouldn't be in politics at all.
No, but they're not. They're just doing what they want.
He shouldn't be dealing in politics at all. He shouldn't even be there at all. He should fucking. It's against his fucking oath. He should not be going there to fucking bring out bollocks, right? To fucking stitch his own fucking people. I mean, it's treason. It's fucking treason. He's giving up our fucking rights, and he's just a glorified fucking nonce. You know what I mean? With a lot of money.
See you later, YouTube. Well, you can't say. Have a look at this, because they can't say even back 2017. So only 6 years ago. This was put out.
And let me say this in English so you can understand what I'm saying.
I have translation.
No, I know you have translation, but I just want to make sure you get it right. There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision-making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
It's fucking right, isn't it? Fair fucking play to the guy. He just told you what was going to happen.
And
here we are. Taliban told you fucking years ago. The Taliban told you years ago that they was going to send their fucking troops across and fucking in guise of fucking immigrants.
Yeah, and amongst other stuff going on. I mean, have you seen what's going on in Ireland? I mean, that's
it's kicked off properly now, hasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't got any
they're
videos
bringing the
uploaded,
new
but,
laws in.
Mate,
But they're bringing these new laws out where you can get 12 months in prison if you don't give your fucking password to your fucking devices, or they can't look at your messages between you and your fucking partner. What the fuck's that about?
Perfect comes.
That's not protection. That's fucking out and out snooping and breaking your fucking privacy rights.
Of course,
you have the right to a private life, and that's not a legislation. It's not law. That's a fucking right. Natural fucking right. You have the right to privacy.
Well, there was a video I posted on Loquacious Live today of a male who was some kind of enforcement officer on the high street trying to intimidate. Yeah. I tell you what, let me just give me 2 seconds.
The audience.
I will.
Well, did you see that guy who fucking he looks like he's a member of Alan's Snack Bar, people, right? Saying that what he wanted them protesters taken out, right, and shot in the head. And this is what he said in a council meeting: I want them shot in the head now, right? Or should be dragged out and stoned.
Publicly punished, he said.
Yeah, publicly punished. Yeah. He actually said that, and they had to tell him, right, to retract.
Who said that? Sorry?
To retract. He's he's an Irish councillor. I can't remember his fucking name, but it's Waka Bungok or something. You know, he's obviously from Alan's Snack Bar fucking right. But he actually said that them people that fucking demonstrated against or protested or kicked off, right, should be publicly punished. And he wanted to see them taken out and shot in the head. This is what he said in a council meeting, right? And they had to tell him to withdraw it. So he says, all right, I think it might have been a little bit harsh, but I'll withdraw it. Can you, but Colin McGregor, right, says something, right? And he's under police investigation. But that wanker, right, has just fucking said he wants people publicly punishing and fucking shot in the head.
Yeah.
But he gets to withdraw it. And Tommy gets arrested for going to a fucking march.
It's crazy how twisted. Well, it's crazy how twisted these elites become and so biased or so against the law and break the law themselves, or a law to themselves, if you like, just for a bit of that. You know, no morals, no principles, nothing. You know, that is the key factor to all this, isn't it? No matter whether it's Gaza and Palestine, Russia, Ukraine, whatever it is. Changing the subject a little bit. This is only a short video, so I don't know the befores and afters. But from what I make of it is, this is some kind of enforcement officer trying to intimidate a female, and this is how he acted because he believes that she's breaking the law.
You're telling her that she can't do something, so I'm filming it.
I'm told that she can't do anything.
Yeah, she's doing street preaching. She's doing gospel. I've seen the Muslims doing their thing. She's doing a Christian street preaching.
Stop filming.
No, I will not. I have a legal right in public. You have a right. Look it up.
Listen.
Google it. Don't come in my face. Don't come in my face. I will report you to the council.
Then report me.
Yeah, I will. Don't touch my phone. Don't touch me and don't follow me. Stop attacking me.
Wow. Just wow.
Now, if that was two men, right? Even though it's wrong, yeah, you would say, right, well, okay, there's two men. But for him to actually do that and believe that that's normal behavior to a female, and let me tell you, this has again been posted on Loquacious Live today, and one man has admitted in the comments to that, saying, yeah, but what she was doing wasn't illegal. She wasn't breaking no laws. but it was wrong. Yeah, she was in his face, and that he himself would act in the same manner as that bloke did. Yeah. Well, he was walking towards her. So where do people see that? But if that was the other way around, right? And a white male doing it to a black female, would it be so different? Fucking hell, yes, it would. In my opinion, it would.
Mate, it's all fucked.
And I think Charlotte put it up in the. Yeah, there would be. You're right. I think Charlotte put it up in the comments earlier. Let me just see if I can find it. No, not that one.
Nancy, that's right. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That £300,000 GoFundMe. Wow, that's for.
Where did I'm sure it was Charlotte, but basically what she was saying is I think they are trying to push us to the limits, so it does explode. And when we take to the streets, or whenever it all kicks off, it's the far right. It's the far right, because at the moment it's all kicking off, and there are no far right out there. Do you know what I mean? So they can't blame us. The same as that's why Tommy was nicked. Do you know what I mean? Oh, get him nicked, get him off the streets. He's wrong. And Swifty said it the other day. I think it's now time to stay off the streets.
If you're not fucking, yeah, but that's what they want. That's what they're trying to do anyway. But far right, if you fucking believe in the nuclear family, if you believe in working, paying your taxes, getting what you deserve, getting your pension, right, having an easy life, if you think any of that, right, is right, you're far right. You're not far right, you're just right. You know what I mean? And this is gonna get to the stage, if the government don't deal with this, right, the people will. And I hope it does.
Swifty made a good point, though. If the far right are not on the streets, and the Palestinians, the jihadi supporters, whatever you want to call them, terrorists, radicals, fucking Hamas, or whatever you want to call them, if they're out on the streets and the far right are not there, it's only a matter of time then before you're getting officers and MPs attacked and hurt, and it will come to the case before one of them is brutally murdered. Then who are they going to fucking blame?
Well,
and will anything change? I don't think anything will change. They'll just write it off.
If you impart the fucking third world, you'll become the third world, and that's what we're becoming. But like you said, the fucking government and the MPs actually think there's enough protection if them bastards kick off.
Anyone that thinks there's enough protection.
They've already put a warning out to MPs, haven't they? To fucking take taxes and shit like that, and you don't have to worry about it. We'll pay for it. You don't have to put it on your expenses.
Channel, I think they're called
it's fun.
I don't know if anyone watches him.
Who?
It's called the Y-Files.
No,
and he covers where the elite went for fucking bomb gets dropped. They've been fucking taking notes off the Israeli, not the Israelis, the Palestinians. They're all fucking big tunnels and hospitals.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, see, have you seen a police officer today has come out and apologized, right? Because, well, let me play it. Here you go.
Trains.
Oh, what happened there?
Train service I was due to take after work was cancelled. With my usual police vehicle unavailable, I asked my office to arrange for a car to drive me home to the Northumberland area. A colleague who had been visiting Police Scotland was also driven home in the same police vehicle. Having a road policing vehicle redirected to carry out this journey in those circumstances was an error of judgment. I apologise unreservedly to my colleagues, to the authority and to the public.
So, like you just said, taxis and that, if they can't get taxis or they can't get trains, mate, they're going to use their own cars. They're going to use vehicles that are meant to be used for emergency services. Bet your bottom dollar, if you phoned up the police now and said, so and so's kicking off, they'd have no resources. They'd have no cars, no officers. Well, that's because they're taxiing all the staff home.
Yeah, but it's like Shah's just said, they're on about bringing in martial law. If they brought in martial fucking law, who's going to impose that? Have you seen the state of the army these days? I wouldn't let them run a fucking bath. I wouldn't. They've all got fucking nice hair and they're all fucking, you know, they're all laddie-daddy, right? You fucking blow on one, it'll fucking fall over, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, hang on, right? Yeah. What's happened to the big stropping people with fucking, you know, no, don't give a shit attitude? I've seen them, and they're just like complete and utter tossers.
Well,
right?
let me tell you, Dave.
They have got a don't give a shit attitude, but it's a don't give a shit about any fucker else but themselves attitude.
But they're not.
I have seen a video of a parade taking place in London. It was either just before or just after the coronation, and as they're going down, there is clearly what was a male, now female, marching in female gear with the men. So
Wow.
you've got them in the army now in makeup and fucking, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got no hope. If we go to war, you
Well,
want to hope these you want to hope the real ladies stand up, because you don't want the men going, that's for sure.
Yeah, because some of the women these days are fucking more ruthless than the blokes.
Well, they've got a bigger pair of bollocks, most of them.
Absolutely fucking pathetic. I mean, we went onto the army base to pick a caravan up, and you have to be escorted on. Well, this guy who came, well, I think it was a guy, I don't know what it fucking was, to tell you the truth. He had fucking big fucking glasses on, big round glasses. I mean, it was fucking massive. It was it looked like he was anorexic, yeah. And he talked like he talked real quiet. Do you remember him? And I went, "What the fuck is he? What the fuck is he?" You know what I mean? How the fuck is he going to protect? If I kicked off on there, mate, he wouldn't have stood a fucking chance. He'd have fucking climbed in his Land Rover and gone and reported me to fucking Twitterers or fucking the Fort Police. You know what I mean?
But listen, just for everyone, I didn't know this. They're still coming over thick and fast in December at 600 today.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're not going to stop them. They've got no fucking Keir Starmer wants more of them. So when next year, when the election is and Keir Starmer fucking gets in, right, we're all fucked. We are all fucked, because he'll be sending ferries across. Fucking Stenelan and fucking Peter Noel be earning a fortune off Keir Starmer. He'll just send them to France, get them on the ferry, and bring the fuckers across.
Of course,
they haven't got a clue what they're doing.
4 years of Labour will be horrendous, and if that happens, and people don't wake up from that, they deserve all they get.
Yeah, but right, if you get Labour in and Labour says everybody in the country can vote, who do you think's going to vote for Labour? All those that fucking come in, that Keir Starmer lets in, they're all going to vote for him. You're never going to get rid of Labour.
They tried so long ago to create their own party, didn't they? And it was rejected in the end. But that's only a matter of time before it comes about. It was rejected this time.
The Islam party, or wasn't it? Or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it was actually allowed at first, and then they fucking had to retract it and say, no, you can't. Because they know when there's so many of them bastards and they're getting majority, there'll be no fucking voting. I mean, if voting don't do you any good any fucking way, because if it did do you any good, right, they won't let us do it. Yeah?
Make spaces for them, mate.
So if they get a majority in Parliament, right, do you think anybody's ever going to vote ever again? Do you think anybody's going to get them out?
I might start
There's going to be Sharia law all over the place. I know it still is. You have got Sharia law in this country in certain places, but it is going to be Sharia law.
Do you guys vote?
No, never voted in my life. They're all a lying set of bastards.
Not myself. And I do see lots of people say, well, you should vote an independent. So because if you don't vote for something, it goes to the majority or something like that. But my answer to that is, well, if voting was what it says it is, and it would make a difference, then they wouldn't allow us to vote. in my opinion.
No. But
you know,
they don't realise they're just woke lefty idiots, right? And they don't realise that when they just fucking decide to take over, like they can't do anything about the matches. Now they're all shitting themselves. Yeah. But do you hear anything about it? No. You don't hear anything about it, and they just let them do whatever they fucking want. But it's going to get worse and worse. And all these idiots that was backing them like fucking gays for fucking Palestine, I hope that works out real well for them. Owen Jones, I hope it works out real well for you, because they're not going to defend you like you've defending them, right? And the first fucker that goes off a roof is going to be you. But, you know...
Well, yeah. I'm just seeing if I can find that... I'm just going to see if I can quickly find that video. But in the meantime, let's have a quick look at Nigel in the jungle, shall we?
Very interesting development overnight in the last couple of hours. A story breaking on the Daily Express website claiming that ITV News were this weekend planning to drop a story that accuses Nigel Farage of recording a video on the video service Cameo. And if you don't know what Cameo is, long story short, it's a service where members of the public can ask celebrities to read out messages for birthdays or special events in exchange for £75. ITV News have a story that they were planning to release this weekend, which accuses Nigel, in one of those videos for a random customer, of saying an offensive and potentially racist term. Interestingly, the story was coincided to drop in time for the first I'm a Celebrity eviction vote sometime this weekend. But I'm just going to read you a statement in full from Nigel's team that might shed some more light on it. So a spokesman for Farage said, over the last few years, Nigel has filmed over 4,000 Cameo messages for fans and supporters. This includes videos of people's weddings, birthdays, stag do's, in-jokes between friends, and even people who are ill in hospital. When Nigel first joined Cameo, there was a concerted effort by Remain supporters to hijack the platform to embarrass Nigel by getting him to read out obscure, rude words and in-jokes between friends. It is widely reported that some of these slipped through the net, as Nigel is a classic boomer dad. In the video in question, Nigel was asked by a customer on Cameo to read a message they had written for a friend. Had Nigel known that the message he was asked to read contained an obscure, offensive word, he would not have made the video. GB News has gone back to ITV News with a series of questions about their story. We're yet to have a reply or receive anything back. And in terms of the show tonight, Nigel has been voted to do tonight's Bush Tucker trial. So all eyes on that in tonight's episode.
He's killing it, isn't he?
They're just trying to...
They said they was going to boycott it, wasn't it? They was going to boycott it because the fucking because they didn't want Nigel Farage there. So they left. They've got the most viewing figures now than they've had in a long time.
Yeah, and let's just say 10.5 million viewers for one show. Yeah, based on years prior to that when they had only just hit 3 million at its peak over 20 years. Yeah, so you're gaining 7 million views in one show. That just goes to show you how much the man is hated. ITV actually are cutting him in the jungle, so I don't watch it, but they're not showing. Yes, so he's one of the contestants in the jungle that is not being shown on TV. It's quite funny, actually, really, how really it does. It gets to him. It really gets under their skin. I love it.
Yeah. Have you seen his bet?
Yes,
have you actually seen his bet?
Seen her yesterday on GB News.
I can't remember her first name, but her last name's Ferrari, isn't it? Yeah. But I'll tell you what, right? He is fucking batting well over his fucking, his target. Yeah, you know what I mean? Fucking
Let me see if I can. I couldn't find. I could go on forever finding content that we've looked at before. You can never find it when you want it. But let me just.
It's fucking but they hate it because fucking he's bringing in fucking viewers. Yeah, and Nigel Farage, right? I don't care if you like him or you don't like him, but he tells the fucking truth when people like that. You know what I mean? He says it as it fucking is. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But
I mean, compared to Matt Hancock's 270,000, as I said earlier, that he was meant to give to charity and none did. Nigel Farage banked 1.5 million for 3 weeks in the jungle.
Fair play to him. Fair play.
And I said to my mum's partner when it started, he said, "Who's going to win?" And I said, "Who's in it?" And he told me a few people, and I went, "Oh, Nigel Farage will win that." And he went, "No." And he had his guess. I said, I'll bet you a takeaway. That's all I'm willing to bet because I know it's going to happen. Because come that final, mate, they will be all out. And the far right will do what they do best and back him. And if he doesn't win,
even if you don't watch telly or you don't watch that program, I mean, I don't watch telly anyway.
No,
never do. But if you don't watch telly, I mean, and Nigel Farage is on there, and you're going to upset the lefties, right? They're going to watch it, aren't they? The right wing are going to watch it.
Of course, yeah. I mean, there's been loads of it on social media about him. I mean, the bloke's loving it, and I think he's handling it great. Here's a question for you: do you think Nigel Farage is the next Prime Minister?
Well, no, not the next one. No, but I think he's going to be the one after. If you can get fucking Labour out, right? I think he might be the one after. I don't know if it'll be for the Conservatives, but because I think that was just a bit of a con when he went there and he said, "Well, I might come back." I think that was just to get people stoked up. You know what I mean? He's never ever going to be right going back to the Conservatives. He was all lovey-dovey with him at the conference, wasn't he? And he was putting himself out there and he was going to the do's and everything. And I think that was just I think that was just the thing to wind everybody up. But Farage, I mean, he should be the Prime Minister. I think he should be the Prime Minister. He just tells it as it is.
Yeah, I'm not. The thing is, you can't trust any of them, can you? Truth be known, get rid of the lot. We don't need it. Whether they're in Parliament or not in Parliament, the country still runs, doesn't it? So why do we fucking need them? Is my attitude. But
they're all a set of lying bastards. They're out for themselves. Just look at all the people in COVID. All these advisors that told us to lock down, fucking put the country in strife, cause mental health issues, and they're all for fucking Moderna and fucking stuff like that. Hang on.
Well,
you've killed a load of people with your fucking poison, right? You've caused a load of mental health. You've bullshitted us for 2 fucking years, right? Well, you bullshitted some of us for 2 years, right? I just thought it was fucking funny. You can go to the pub as long as you have a substantial meal, a Scotch egg, right? Now, if that's a substantial fucking meal, every cunt will have anorexia soon, won't they? You're right.
Well, here
Scotch egg.
From the minute you're told that you can't go into a pub if there's five or more, okay, but one of those can go into the pub and order the other people 5 meals to go and sit outside in a bubble that they fucking made, a dome, where you can all sit together, and you believe that
inside,
more for
inside,
you.
Inside the big fucking tent.
If you believe that you and your partner of 60 years or whatever have to drive in the car down the motorway, both wearing masks because you're going to infect each other, but you've been with each other for all that time and you believe that, more for you. Well,
the new thing is, look at the new thing that's come out in China now. It's in America apparently now. This pneumonia, some fucking strain of pneumonia, right?
Right.
Have you not seen it? It's out in
China.
I
haven't.
It's fucking, and the kids are fucking getting it more than anybody else, right? Don't you think wearing a fucking mask and fucking putting yourself in danger, right, has fucked this up? Hey?
Well, David Cameron's back. Swine flu's back. Coincidence?
No comment.
But why do you think Cameron's back? Cameron's back.
Lord Cameron.
Fucking
Look,
Sunak hasn't got the balls to do what his fucking handlers are fucking telling him to do. So they've brought Cameron back. Like I said, it's just about apparently different ways. I mean, to the fucking Spanish, they don't even have to fire a bullet. You know what I mean? Surrendered before there was even a war, and they want to push it through quicker as quick as possible.
He's a dickhead.
Yeah, Nancy knows about that. I'll have to have a look at that because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's got fucking. Apparently, it's going rife in China. But hang on, haven't they fucking injected everybody and fucking up to about? They've injected them that much. I think they're covered for about 2030. You know what I mean?
I mean, China went absolutely mad on it, didn't they? I mean, at one point they had pulled. I remember seeing the video. They had pulled a taxi over, right? They had barricaded or put barriers all around and tape all around his taxi, and made him sleep in there 48 hours before they carted him off and jabbed him.
Right, you'll go home and you'll stay in your house. You will stay in your house because we're going to weld you in. You can't go welding people in the fucking house. You know what I mean?
They can.
Yeah, Nancy, I never see. The only posts I see from you, Nancy, are the ones of where you've been restricted. And I've got to give it to you. You're pretty good at getting those restrictions. I thought I was good, but I've been good for a long time. Nancy, bless her. I mean, it must be fucking 18 months, 2 years now that she's not been able to post. Got to be getting on a record. Or when she does post, it's gone very quick. So when they were dropping down dead China, then waving. It was funny, wasn't it? Because obviously we were made to believe that it all come from China. COVID come from China, all that. It's crazy. When you think back to our first lockdown, I mean, I'm surprised we're not in a lockdown now. I really am.
There was fucking getting a function in a fucking university in the centre of fucking London. There was, you know what I mean? It wasn't just that. They've done it all over the place, man. I mean, all them labs that they found in the Ukraine and bombed, right? That had all the blood samples and all that shit, and sending them all over to Australia and the UK, sending them over, right, to labs, right, so they could carry out gain of function over here. Wow. It's just
crazy.
I think we're stupid, don't they? But, you know.
They really do.
Stupid people will believe them. They're just going on the vulnerable and the fucking idiots.
You know,
but you're going to get
the difference between... You know the difference between earlier we were saying men and women, and obviously what I'm going to play in a minute, another short clip to do with someone's child in Ireland, okay? And it's the same thing. These are the kind of women that we've got in our country at the moment with a pair, to our men that would rather stand and watch and say nothing can record. Have a look at this.
Sorry, can you come here for a second over here? Can you come over here for a second? You followed my daughter home from school on Thursday. Yeah, you know where, to Mullins. Do you know my daughter? Maybe you know her, do you? You come over here and you see my daughter, and you tell me why you followed my daughter. Oh no, I called the police on you already. I want to know why you followed my daughter. Libby, put your head out. Do you know my daughter? Well, I'm going to tell you one thing, and I'm going to tell you this in here now. You listen to me, and you shut your fucking mouth. You shut your fucking mouth. I rang the guards, run away. You look at me now. I didn't do anything. No, you did not.
Unfortunately, that's all I've got of that, so I don't know how it ended. But there's not many men that would do that in this country.
No. Do
you know what I mean?
Look at me, I am doing out to him. But the Irish women are fiery, aren't they? They are fucking mental, them Irish women.
I think it's fair to say Irish in general are quite, aren't they? I don't think it's too far away before it goes bang over there, to be honest. And I do think that will be where the snowball gets to a point of rolling where everyone in the UK are going to jump on that. And I do think that will be the turn of things. When, I don't know, but that's where I think it will change. The Irish will get the ball. Yeah, of course it does. And I do think it will bring...
The fuck now.
Just.
They're just going... I was watching the Parliament the other day, and there was all going, well, we're all too white. There's not enough fucking different races in here.
If you qualify for the job, then do it.
Right? What? Listen, look at the Mayor of London. Look what colour he is. And what is he fucking... Right, he's running that real well, isn't he? You know what I mean? Look at Scotland. Who's running Scotland? What colour is he? He's running that real well, isn't he? You know what I mean? Fuck me. And you want more of them.
Was it? I think Sunak's a Sikh, isn't he? And then you've got, what's his name in Scotland? I don't know. He's a Muslim. Yeah, I'm not sure where he's from, but
in fucking Gaza.
Excuse me. Yes, they are. He was all teary on the TV, wasn't he? Yeah, he didn't give a fuck when he was, taking some off the Scots, but it's crazy. And then you got
him in tears. Breaks my heart seeing that fucker in tears. Oh, I want to see him in hospital on a fucking cardiac machine, fucking, getting fed fucking oxygen. Put him on a ventilator. Take him into hospital with an heart attack and put him on a fucking ventilator. Do the cutting proper. You know what I mean?
It surprises me. It surprises me how they get in. I would only suggest that again the voting system there is fixed. Do you know what I mean? Because I couldn't see the Scots doing that, but but he's the unelected elected, isn't he? I mean, it wasn't us that voted him in, was it?
I've never seen the state of him. Have you seen the way he walks? Hunched forward like that at 300 mile an hour, fucking smiling and grinning like a fucking idiot. I'm sure he's retarded. I'm sure he's fucking retarded.
Did you see Katie Hopkins' video on that about him being short? I'll send it. Yeah, absolutely cry. I mean, she got that to a T, didn't she?
Yeah. I mean, he's pathetic, isn't he? He stands there grinning with a fucking suitcase, fucking big ears. Looks like Mr. fucking Potato Head. Do you remember Mr. Potato Head with the fucking big ears? Yeah, and a stupid grin. What the fuck? Who in the right man would say, right, you've got Joe Biden over there, who's a fucking retarded, fucking dementia-ridden fucking, And now what we got over here, Mr. Potato Head, right? Skinny as fuck, got no idea, right? We're all fucked, aren't we? The world's run by fucking idiots. It's run by fucking idiots.
Well, it is, and that's why we're in the situation we're in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, the last video I've got, I'm going to play now. What do you make of this?
One is quite controversial. It's caused quite a big storm around it. This is the comments of the BBC radio host Nihal Arthanayaka, who said that he was struggling with his mental health because he works in an overwhelmingly white working environment at the BBC. Could he have a point, Madeline, that there's not enough diversity at the BBC when it comes to skin colour?
Well, I think the BBC's chief problem is one of diversity of thought and diversity of opinion. I think there is a real inherent kind of liberal bias, and often stories are not commissioned because people at the BBC aren't even aware of this bias, so they wouldn't think to commission certain things, or things are framed in a certain way. It's often very subtle. I mean, obviously, this is his experience. I've never tried to say that it's not, like, true or valid, but I just think that if you are in a country that is 82% white, finding that if you're in a situation where you are the only non-white person, that this is a matter of mental health and great anguish, I would suggest that's not a healthy way of looking at society, because statistically speaking, it's likely that from time to time you will be surrounded by white people, and it's not evidence of some racist conspiracy. That's just, that's just the nature of this country.
Amy, I wonder what you'll say on this. Are you going to say something that might surprise me? Is it a little bit racist to suggest that being around too many white people in your office is bad for your mental health?
What he said was not racist, because let's look at the context and let's look at the intention. The intention was not to be prejudiced or discriminatory in any way. It was a journalism event for underrepresented groups to open up a discussion about diversity. We do have a problem with underrepresentation in journalism, because there are still so many barriers, which I'm sure we've all faced. Unpaid internships, very low wages. You have to be expected to live in the city at the beginning of your career. And I think he was trying to open up a discussion about that. But
it was
now,
rather clumsy, Amy.
I agree.
It's really affecting me that I walk in and all I see is white people.
I guess what he's doing...
It's a bit mean, isn't it?
But his intention, if we're being really fair, he expected...
Or generous.
Generous. I just feel bad that... Because he's done quite a lot for conversations around diversity, and if we are going to progress and address this problem, we do need to talk about it.
And Amy, you make a really good
point
point about these unpaid internships and the people having to live in the centre of cities. But it's the centre of cities that are more diverse than the rest of the country proportionally.
He was speaking genuinely from the heart at a conference for young journalists. So to take the comments completely out of context, it's a bit frustrating, because I
think, right, if journalists have got mental health issues, they fucking deserve it, right? I think if anybody deserves mental health issues, it's fucking journalists, right? Because if you didn't have mental health issues, you wouldn't be able to be a fucking journalist, would you? And another if you don't like it, fuck off to the India office where you fucking come from. See the picture of him and his missus.
Wouldn't it be fair to say that everyone at times suffer with mental health, but not for that reason? You know, they've got serious concerns or worries or problems going on that obviously brings it on. Not going to work in England, you know, as the lady said, with 82% of the majority of people that are white English people, it's like going to Africa and expecting a white African president, isn't it? What's the chances? I don't think it's going to happen.
Mate,
and if that was the case, I'm sure questions would be asked. Well, where's that happened? It's like our royals now, you know, the balcony's too black. Well, I'm not racist, but how do you change that? What do you expect us to do?
Well, it's just come out that somebody wrote a book, didn't they? And it went to a fucking Dutch
Holland,
and went across there to be fucking, I don't know, was it in no, turned into fucking whatever, fucking translated or whatever, and it fucking apparently it was a printing error, right? It was translated wrong, where it says fucking Catherine, Kate, and fucking King Charles was the racist fucking comments made. Who gives a fuck? I didn't even know that Meghan Markle was fucking black. I thought she was just Hispanic or something like that and slightly fucking tan. Fuck me, on that.
There's no evidence of this misprint, though, is there?
It never is.
No, what they did was they fucking printed it and went, fuck me, you can't put that out there, take them back. But it's out there now, isn't it? You can't unsee it.
They removed all the copies or something I was reading and sent them back where no evidence was found. And the journalist has come out and said, actually, this was just a publicity stunt. And that is all it was, like everything. So,
well, I think if you think race, one of them two of racist, right? I think being nonces is worse than being a racist. I'd rather be a racist than a fucking nonce. You know what I mean? At least he didn't come out and say, well, not only are we racist, but that King Charles is a nonce. You know what I mean?
Not all, and I'm not defending it in any way, because if it's uncalled for, then it's uncalled for. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. It doesn't matter who you are. It's like if you're a twat, you're a twat. It doesn't matter who you are, what color you are, what sexuality you are, what beliefs you have, anything like that. I think there's quite a high percentage, I would guess, on the people that are racist are pushed there because of what is going on now. There are a lot of people out there that are just generally racist, and they do it because they don't like, which is wrong. Okay. But I think it works both ways, and it's never seen both ways. It's always just printed one way, and it's all one-way traffic, and that just gets people's goats up even more. Bump. And obviously, then we're restricted on what we can say, what we can write, what we can post, what we can sing, and all sorts. And to me, someone needs to get this and rein it in.
Look at his dad, right? Now, if he just said whatever he fucking wanted, didn't he? I mean, fuck me. He was a fucking out and out racist. He just fucking didn't give a shit. Yeah. So the fucking good possibility that King Charles, or fucking nonsberger, sausage fingers, whatever you want to call him, right? Who's got some very, very dubious fucking friends, most of them now dead. You know what I mean?
They did kill themselves.
Because the CIA, the fucking CIA's took them out. You know what I mean? Because the fucking all the royals and all the fucking presidents and all the presidents' fucking family are all nonsense kids on a fucking island. You know what I mean? If that's what you're on, that's what you're on. I mean, just right,
knock on the
fucking
yeah.
I think being a racist,
well, that is
right,
it.
Fucking hell. I wonder what colour your kids.
I'll have a look at that after, Nancy.
I'd rather be half caste than fucking ginger. So being half caste would be better than coming out.
Don't be gingerist.
Ginger, wouldn't it?
No gingerism.
You know what I mean?
I'll have a look at that after, Nancy. We're going to finish shortly anyway. We were going to do an hour and a half tonight. We're a little over that for, and then anyone that wanted to jump on privately and have a chat with Donna, Dave, and that backstage, they could on the link, which I have posted. If anyone does want to jump on and have a little chat, I'm not going to be hanging around too long after, because obviously I'm not at my own place. That will change. But yeah. So overall, I think it's fair to say situation's still the same. The country's still in a shithole, in a shit state.
Yeah, exactly.
And
well, let's have a laugh about it, right? Don't get down.
Stay positive.
Stay positive, right? Just sit back and enjoy the shit ride. You know what I mean?
Let's just read that. I can say back in my day, if you suffer a mental health, rightly or wrongly, you were given happy pills and you were over top, the men would be a corpse coming to your way now. Every day has got mental health issues. What the fuck is going on? Right. Well, actually, let me just quickly say that I posted, are you both okay, Donna and Dave? John asks.
Yeah.
We're fine. Good. We've just been busy doing shit, and we've got a bit of time off work. Well, we've got a lot of time off work at the minute because we aren't working. So, but that will change. But we're just chilling out and doing shit. So, Donna hasn't been on Facebook a lot, and things are getting done. But we're fine. No, we're always
even I had to message Donna today. Are you okay? But obviously, I know being in contact with you, what's going on. You know what your plans are at home. So, I just want to go back to John's comment quickly on mental health. I put a post up probably 10 days ago, something like that. And I've got the idea from Mega Chris, actually, because he done a really good TikTok on mental health and men's mental health in particular, because it's not recognized enough. And it was scary to think, with all the percentages and figures that were put out there and for everyone to see, do you know 11 men a day in the UK commit suicide? Now, committing suicide, full stop, male, female, children, whatever, is bad. Yeah. If you had 11 people a day committing suicide, whether that be children, women, or men, it's terrible. But to think just in men alone, and most of those probably come from, I would say, CMS children issues. Do you know what I mean? Not being able to see their children, fucking being having all their wages taken off of them for the child maintenance services and things like that, because you hear of it all the time. It never makes the mainstream media. It's just crazy, and that surely, with services that they're not providing, is only going to grow very fast. You would think, wouldn't you?
But don't you think, right? Blokes are supposed to be tough, and they're supposed to support the family, and they're supposed to be there for the family, and they're supposed to be the fucking strength of the family. Yeah. And when they can't cope with it, it's like they've let the side down, right? I'm not saying they have. What I'm saying is that's what people perceive. They're the breadwinners. They've got to sort this out. They've got to sort that out. And the women look after the kids and look after their own. And the bloke has to deal with everything else. And some blokes can't cope with it. And the fucking, right? A lot more fucking blokes can't cope with it because of the way life is at the minute. And it's understandable. It really is understandable. People don't know where the next fucking meal's coming from. They don't know if they're going to be able to pay the bills. They don't know if the family's going to be out on the street. And it fucks your head up, right?
It does.
And who've they got to turn to? Who've they got to turn to? They don't want to seem soft or out like that. There's nothing wrong with talking to people. If you've got fucking issues and you want to talk to somebody, find somebody to talk to. You don't have to be brave. You don't have to put a face on it, right? Because that ain't going to do you any good. Just fucking tell people what's on your mind. Right, seek the help. Don't go jumping off a fucking bridge or the train line or whatever. Right, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that is a lot 100%. Of just men, and that I think that's what the problem is. They think they should be harder. They think they should be more fucking. They should be stronger.
Not doing enough. You know. Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, again, not all, but you do hear it a lot. From women, obviously, when it comes to men, you do hear it a lot. Well, he didn't do this, and he wasn't providing enough, and and a lot of that rejection from men. Men don't take rejection very good at all, anyway. Well, I don't think people do in general, but I mean, women, especially as a mother, I think you know they do handle it a lot well, or a lot better. Men just. I think they think it's shameful, and it really isn't, is it? It's like Brian said, it's okay not to be okay, whether you're a child, you're a woman, you're a man, and it is actually okay to pick the phone up and actually break your heart to someone because it's better than doing worse. And I don't know, ruining your family, or it just passes it on to the next person, doesn't it? In your family.
Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky.
Or like you say.
I don't suffer from mental health. I never have done. I've got that attitude. But if you don't like it, fuck off, right? And see how much you get on the fucking dole, right? Go to the shop you fucking self, you lazy bastard. You know what I mean? You what? Oh, I've been working so much and we don't spend any time together. Well, stop spending the fucking money then. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, fuck off. I'll just move on and do my own fucking shit. But a lot of people can't do that. I don't give a shit if people hate me. I don't give a shit if they like me. You know what I mean? I really don't. I'm happy with what I do, and if nobody else is happy, but I don't suffer like a lot of people. But if more people was like that, the world would be a different place. But the way life is at the minute, the cost of living, the fucking where's the next meal coming from? Can we pay the bills this month? Can we go on holiday? Fucking hell, it gets to some people, especially if you've got a nagging woman at the side. Where are we going to go for holiday? Well, I haven't got no overtime and I'm only on fucking 40 hours a week. And
that is a very good point. That is a very good point, Dave. When you think of the size of the problem some of these men that actually do commit suicide for, i.e. because they couldn't provide a holiday for their family and things like that, you know, that can only be put down to the partner or the family, couldn't it? Drumming it in the air. But I mean, it's just mental that some people are at the state or, you know, not strong enough to even take something so simple as that on and say, do you know what? Fuck it. If you can't afford a holiday, you can't afford it. Instead, I'll go out and take my own life. I mean, it's sad. Mary Ellen just said a 22-year-old male committed suicide in October this year up here in Scotland, she means. It's sad, Mary Ellen. But since then, going on the statistics we just spoke about, so is 133 other men. And that is how simple it is. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. So
but
there we go.
Fucking bad. All they want to do is put you on tablets. That's not solving a problem. That's just making you not give a shit about the problem. Yeah. The problem's still going to be there. And it's still going to affect your life because you might not give a shit because you're all hyped up on fucking drugs, right? But your fucking wife or your girlfriend or your kids are still there going through the same shit, right? It doesn't solve anything. And that's the fucking problem with today's fucking
society.
well, yeah, well, not just society, the NHS and the fucking medical profession. They just want to put fucking drugs in you and take backhanders. I mean, they don't give a fuck. Obviously, because they fucking poisoned a load of people and people are dropping dead because they fucking went and put fucking poison in people's hands for that.
Fair play to Brian there. His comment, my ex is a shit mum to my 4 girls. I've supported them all. Always have. They're adults. They're all adults now, but I still support them. You know, what a gentleman. You know, and that's basically what. Yeah,
that's what you do. You man up and you still
about.
look after your kids. You still look after your kids. But some dads are shit dads. Some mums are shit mums. But you know, you can't. You shit out if you've got a shit dad and a shit dad, but a fucking you stand by your kids and you support them no matter what.
And you do what you can.
Fucking kids that cost me a fucking fortune. You know what I mean? But your kids.
No, there are certain things where I would draw a line.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We do.
Nancy just put the first lockdown done this to people. The furlough, the biggest bribe ever. I was talking similar things, say not the furlough scheme, but I was talking about benefits in general, right? And actually, all they've done from COVID till now is anyone in receipt of any benefits. Do you know what I mean? They've given handouts to the cost of living payments, the warm weather, the cold weather payments, and all that. And all that has done is made people on benefits rely on that money, and now they're about to cut it all, and people ain't going to know what's going to hit them because 900 quid a year extra for people to be sat on their ass or not being able to work, disabilities, and then to have that taken away and things still going up. It's not going to be easy for people, and that's where I think suicide and mental health rates are going to fucking climb.
Yeah, it's going to fucking go massive. But
yeah,
you ask the government, and you don't fucking. You think the government are going to give you and give you and give you. It's our money anyway. They're not giving you any money. It's our fucking money. They just decide to give our money to every fucker else. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you say to the government, we need help, we need, get payment on the electric, we never took one of them payments off the electric. Then was it 400 quid to give everybody? We never took one of them. Never cashed one of them. I don't ask the government for fuck all, and I never will do. But if you keep asking the government for shit, they will say, well, this is what you've asked us to do, and this is what we're doing. So you've asked for a big government, and this is what you're getting.
He does. That'll be their excuse.
Anyway, that's doom and gloom anyway. Fuck them all, I say. The world's gone for a shit, mate. But if you go down nappy, right, just laugh at it, right? Remember, we've got 4 years of fucking Labour coming up. Then you'll fucking realise that it wasn't so fucking bad this week or last week or last month. Yeah. We're going to be fucked
just
for
not
4
to
years.
Scare you, but
right?
It's going to get a little bit worse before it gets
have a
better.
laugh and let's keep fucking laughing. Yeah. Let's keep laughing.
Definitely.
Keep your fucking vibrations up. Right? We're going to go because we've done 2 hours again, which we said we was going to do an hour and a half, but it doesn't matter.
That's
we've
all right.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a good discussion tonight. I've enjoyed it, and it's been nice seeing you both because it's been a while, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, shit happens.
We'll have to have a proper catch up in a week. Yeah, it does. Shit happens. I've got a couple of days off myself next week, so next week we'll have a proper catch up before the live and sort some times out or whatever we're going to do. Maybe spice things up a little bit, but until then, for me, everyone else, have a great weekend.
Any ideas what you want to see? Some fucking sections or whatever where we can do every week. Matt can fucking do it anyway. Right, just message Matt and right, we'll have a look at it just to make it more interesting and a bit more fun.
Definitely.
Listen, we love you all. Take it easy. Do not comply. Matt, we love you all.
The credits.
Do your thing, man. Night.
Good night, all.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one. And then we sang a song, the rare old mountain tune. and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true.
They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold, but the windows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome,
You were pretty queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the junk they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced through the night. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing, "Go away, babe," and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. You're an old slut and junk lying there, almost dead on a drip in that bed.
you scumbag, you maggot, you cheap, lousy faggot. Happy Christmas, you're ours, I pray God it's our love.
The boys of the NYPD choir still singing, "Go away, babe," and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. I could have been someone.
Well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you.
I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. The boys of the NYPD chorus still singing, "Go away, babe," and the